obey not the gospel of the Most High. 1 Peter 4:17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High.
Right, judgment begin at the house of the Most High. Who's the house of the Most High? Right. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Why? Because y'all are head, hot and wicked. Right? Judgment must begin at the house of Israel first. Right? Because the Lord said it was definitely the cities, the towns, and all through this world. Right? Go ahead.
And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?
Destruction. Simple. Right? Because we on this pagan holiday, man.
Oh, shit.
And on top of that, Jake still celebrating these holidays.
And it's Shabbat.
And it's Shabbat on top of that. You know? But can y'all get Jeremiah 10 real quick?
Lord's holy day.
No. Yeah. Unholy.
Saturnalia.
Shabbat is basically our holy day. But you first is taking on customs and deeds. Put another guy before you how about Shabbat. Go ahead, bring it out.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, and verse 2. Thus saith Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord Yahweh my Shai speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Talking about your Native Americans, Negroes, and Latinos. He ain't talking nobody else but you Jakes, man. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the ways of the heathen. And these other heathens, these other nations, gods. You learn the ways and customs of the heathens. Alright, that gets you sure. Okay? Go ahead.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
The signs of heaven to the Lord, man. Alright? Be not dismayed means be not, don't fear. Alright? Don't be afraid of these signs, these tokens. You know what I'm saying? That how about Shai? You know what I'm saying? It's basically looking forward.
Really is going to be really customs of worshiping signs of heaven. Yeah, that's what it means. So don't worship the Babylonian customs. And before at that time, they worshiped the star, they worshiped the moon, they worshiped the sun. Okay? I was researching today. You know the Revelation 21. Yeah, the true light on the left-hand side, the heathens, they begin to worship, they worship it. So that is telling you, this man, these signs of heaven, worship of Babylonian customs.
Yeah, they fear and reverence.
Right, worship of gods, deities. Right?
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
Right.
Yeah, the heathen one, they worship the sun,
The stars, right? These different types of gods. Okay? But he told us not to worship these other gods, these other deities. He talked to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, making to the biblical Israelites. Right?
Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
That's what we call vain. Right? For the word vain, it's worthless.
Yeah.
Right? It's worthless. Because it's the customs of the heathens. Because the Lord said don't worship no God before me. Right?
For one cutting the tree out of the forest,
One cut the tree out of the forest. That's talking about every green tree. Right? Every tree goes back to forest and rest. Right? You have gods, like Nimrod. Okay? Because Nimrod used to put gifts on the tree. You know what I'm saying? To give to this, what's his mother's name?
Something like
Jeremiah 10:3. For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutting the tree out of the forest. The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe.
Right, now cut the trees down. Don't put them all together. Put price tags on them. Majority of Babylonians, Americans buying them. All right?
Verse 10, they deck it with silver and with gold.
The ornaments, trinkets. Now you got the, at the end of that, you got the little 5-point star on top, represents the baphomet. 6-point star. Star reference.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
When you go into the custom of that in the Babylonian Empire, or you can go to the Greek Empire, they name it, they call it the huge. And what they used to deck them with, the acorns. The acorns it's like nature, life, they worship.
Yeah, seeds.
Yeah, the seeds, the nature of things. Yeah, fertility. Then they used to put the ornaments and things like that, which was silver and gold, but it was actually, it was stars, it was sun, it was moon. Alright? It goes back to the future as well. Yep. It's all the same thing, they just called it different things throughout the time. And what y'all found out today, this morning, is what happened during the time of Christmas in slavery. Alright? They made the slaves go out and pick out the Yule tree. And they burned it. Alright? And the burning of the Yule tree goes to the law. The law here, fireplace. And that was going back into the customs of burning to the gods of
Is that when a tree is lit?
yeah, burning to the
Where
gods
have the
of
lights?
Right? This is all pagan, this is a paganism thing.
It's a whole
It's
ritual.
still down on that tree ain't even lit up. They said like yesterday, it's Christmas, and they ain't even got the fucking tree lit up, man. Because the Lord is killing the mirth of this place, you know. Yeah, somebody's God's not gonna be happy. You ain't like the tree, nigga.
It's essentially a ritual.
Yeah, and it's a form of ritual because that's an altar right there. See, what you don't know is the tree. When they erect that tree up, it's an altar. So sacrificing to that altar is you're putting gifts up on it. You know? Sacrificing to the god of Dionysius. Sacrificing to the god Attis. Alright? Which goes back to Greek customs. That's why
Dionysius
said,
is in that same sex bullshit.
yeah, yep. That's why Antiochus Epiphanes, what he said was, leave your laws and your customs, okay, and go after the manner of the heathen. You know, you got it.
Jeremiah 10:4. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not.
Right, they fasten it, they nail it down, so it can stand perfectly still. Same way y'all got y'all trees and y'all clean, so it can stand perfectly still. Okay?
Verse 5, they are upright as the palm tree.
They upright as the palm tree. Like I said just now, they fasten it inside the little round thing, little tripod.
The base.
Yeah, the base of it.
That's the altar.
Upright.
That's the altar.
They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not.
But speak not. Hey man, look, that's a God you worship that don't save your ass.
Yeah, because you got to kneel when you go put the present.
Because when you put the present under the tree, that's a setup, man. You got to kneel before the ritual.
They must needs be born because they cannot go.
Hey man, tree is a breathless, lifeless. It's lifeless now because y'all chopped it down.
Hey, can you prove that y'all guys was nothing, man? And Bella the Dragon. Somebody want to pull that story
before him.
That's a good.
The Bell and the Dragon, man.
Oh, he boldly stood against
You know what I'm saying? And he told like how it was the priest who was actually going and the family eating the food. Like, this motherfucker don't eat.
He said to
He
the
don't move, he don't do nothing.
he said to the king, "Oh king,
Same way with-
be not
same
simple."
way, same way with Abraham. He told Terah,
You heard
"No
his
gods
foot.
for nothing."
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, just trying to get that story. Concerning them gods, because what you just read Jeremiah, that they don't do nothing. You know, speak them.
This is the book of the history of the destruction of Baal and the dragon.
That wasn't written. I want to say that. Abraham didn't tell, you know what I'm saying, but it written, so he just on the ass. Something that ain't. Yeah, just go to, just kind of get to the point at the end where he proved to them that those guys didn't eat the fruit. I'm trying to skip.
Yeah, because that king, he was trying to reverence his deity that he believed in, and he was making a whole offering to it, a whole dinner, a whole feast, and so Daniel came along. He's like, "Oh, you great king, be not so simple." He's like, "Let me prove to you that this is not real." So if you go, it's more towards the end, you know. And I was just adding it in there, you know, the.
And you can finish that up. I'll look for it. I know exactly what I'm talking about.
All right, Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born because they cannot go.
Cannot know, man. It's not a god. That's a false image, a false deity, a false image, right?
Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil.
Right. And hey, you know, that tree can't do evil. It's true. You know, that's why y'all worship something that don't judge or bless you.
Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good.
Exactly. So, the Christmas tree, especially, it's a false image, right?
Hey, Apostle Lamar, I was watching a lesson they did earlier. He was talking about how in the ancient world they used to fear, you know, if you didn't put like Nimrod, like if you didn't put certain gifts right there, you wouldn't appease the wrath of Nimrod. So there was like skepticism about that. Like, you know, people thought that evil was going to come upon them, but they just bear gifts and whatnot to reverence Nimrod.
Verse 2.
They still do that.
This is Baal and the dragon, verse 10. Now the priests of Baal were 70, beside their wives and children, and the king went with Daniel into the temple of Baal. So Baal's priests said, "Lo, we
That's
go
why
out."
they don't like us, man. That's why we really be cutting their gods down, man. We're proving that these gods don't exist. You know? That's why we had to be kicked out. That's why it was a disturbance at Christmas. You know? Because we're proving that we got the God of the Bible. We got the living power, man. And these other gods, they're worthless. They're nothing. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 11. So Baal's priest said, "Lo, we go out. But thou, O king, set on the meat and make ready the wine and shut the door fast and seal it with thine own signet. And tomorrow when thou comest in, if thou findest not that Baal hath eaten up all, we will suffer death. Or else Daniel that speaketh falsely against us." And they little regarded it, for under the table they had made a private entrance, whereby they entered in continually and consumed those things.
They was able to get fat. See, they would see, and you know what? They know that these guys ain't real, man. You know what I'm saying? So going into the story, they had a private door where they open it up so they can, they let they can see Baal, they see Baal and the dragon,
They see that damn deity. They put drinks in front of it. They put food in front of it, and then they'll shut the door. But then they'll sneak in through a back door and get the food and eat it.
Yep.
You know? Go ahead. And it's simple wisdom on what Daniel did to prove that the God wasn't living. Go ahead.
Right. Verse 14. So when they were gone forth, the king set meats before Baal. Now Daniel had commanded his servants to bring ashes, and those they strewed throughout all the temple in the presence of the king alone. Then went they out and shut the door and sealed it with the king's signet, and so departed. Now in the night came the priests with their wives and children, as they were wont to do, and did eat and drink of all.
See, Baal didn't eat and drink that. See, Baal didn't eat and drink it. The priest family did. You know?
Hey, you remember me?
Yeah,
last
Okay,
night.
so we was helping out at the Salvation Army. We have plenty like hot food. One of them got warm hot food. They come with spoons. It's turkey stuff, and we just giving it out. We're going around and giving stuff out. I just said, well, actually, y'all want some.
y'all want some?
Don't nobody want to play. It's stuff it in turkey.
Y'all with it, bro?
Yeah, take
You
We'll
want
take one.
Y'all take one.
Take one and go.
Give you a plate.
He said, "Get you a plate."
I got you. Get you one.
All right.
Verse 16. In the morning betime the king arose, and Daniel with him. And the king said, Daniel, are the seals whole? And he said, yeah, O king, they be whole. And as soon as he had opened the door, the king looked upon the table and cried with a loud voice, Great art thou, O Baal, and with thee is no deceit at all. Then laughed Daniel and held the king that he should not go in.
And the priest was deceiving the king.
Exactly.
The priest was deceiving the king. So
Right.
the king is like, oh, Baal, great Baal. You know?
Thank you.
Yep. Go ahead.
Then laughed Daniel and held the king that he should not go in, and said, Behold, now the
He's
pavement.
recording this shit. He said turkey though, but, you know.
Behold, now
Now
the
the with it or not, then we got some food for the night. And we can accept gifts of food, man.
Yeah,
Alright?
yeah, exactly. The
That's-
scriptures
that's
say
what-
that.
bring that precept out real quick. You know? Yeah, bring that out. I know that's your favorite.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's the one he taught me. For real. I
Just
got that.
to get up, you know. Because look, if we was to, you know, let's say after camp, right? We were to go to a family member house, which is not likely. But let's say that it was to take place, right? And they were serving food. Like, okay, cool. Get everything besides swine. You know, without pork, but you know, anything unlawful. But we got it. Over there accepting Christmas meat and shit.
What y'all
Because
saying,
Jake still bugged out about that shit. Jake still don't understand that, man. You know, that could have been a gift from the Lord. No woman ain't got no, pork in it. You know? Well, go ahead.
I'm gonna go to
And then we'll get back to that.
this 1 Corinthians 3 and I'll start at 26.
He must have been looking on the channel and seen that we was out here.
Yeah.
That's why I came.
That's his.
It's 1 Corinthians 10 and 26. It says, for the earth is the Lord's,
Right?
and the fullness thereof. So to let you know, the Lord created the heavens and earth, man.
Right.
Everything the Lord created is His. All right.
That's right.
It says, if any of them that believe not be you to a feast, right, and ye be disposed to go, whatsoever is set before you, eat.
Hey, he put us in a position where we couldn't refuse.
Hey, Jake ain't cook nothing. He ain't got nothing.
Right, as soon as he said it, I was like,
Hey, Jake ain't got no money to go to the store.
Hey, when you look up that word "dispose," man, it goes into making a choice.
Yeah.
You can choose to go. You can
Because
choose not
I
to.
said, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we could have told him no.
Yeah.
our lips started watering.
It says,
said dress.
He said dress turkey. Sound good.
Right. It says in 1 Corinthians, back in 1 Corinthians 10:27, it says, if any of them that believe not bid you to a feast, and ye be disposed to go, whatsoever is set before you, eat, asking no questions for conscience sake.
Yep.
I think it's a little more to it.
Yeah, because as well as you know, they sacrifice. You gotta understand, they sacrifice to their gods, and they sacrifice their foolish things to certain deities and things like that. So for conscience sake, don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
You was spitting out my shoe. So hey, you know what? For conscience sake, don't even. All right. Besides, if there's any pork or anything like that, of course, you know, because you gotta understand at this time was the transition of the converts, the proselytes, the brothers that was coming into the truth. So you didn't want to be so over righteous for certain things that you get other men to slip from. So he was just giving this is how you should go about the situation. That's all.
That wisdom.
Exactly.
The Spirit was dealing with him to bring that wisdom, even though it wasn't commandments, but he still had the Spirit with him to give Jake certain, certain wisdoms so to help him out.
Yep.
But if any man say unto you, this is offered in sacrifice unto idols, eat not for his sake the shoe. And
because they used to sacrifice to idols.
Yeah.
That's it. Go ahead.
And for conscience sake, for the earth is the Lord's,
Right.
and the fullness thereof.
Yeah, that food can't do nothing to us. Y'all about to know shot created. You know?
So, hey man, don't,
Regardless of not
right, don't forsake a gift somebody gonna give you. You know,
Like he came sincere.
Hey.
And it was the two cats that was walking. Like, hey man, you want some food? Like, I got cash.
it wasn't for them.
It wasn't for them.
That could have been for his, because you fed the prophets.
That could be a blessing to us.
Yeah,
Go
So,
ahead.
this is Psalms 96:5. It says, "For all the gods of the nations are idols."
All the
But-
gods of nations are idols. You see it.
Yep. It
Right.
says, "But the Lord made the heavens." So it kills them. Even though if they are sacrificing to idols, we still know who the true power is. Those idols have no power.
Yep.
And that's the wisdom, man. The Spirit was dealing with Paul to make him say what he was saying. You see? I got you.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 91, and verse 9 and 10, and it reads, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High Yahweh, thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. All right, so hey, just like the elder was saying, man, hey, the Lord wouldn't have had him, so like it wouldn't have put on his spirit to actually give us that food or offer that food to us, man, if there was something wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe think about that.
Hey, how ironic was that, he offered it to us and niggas walking down the street with a goddamn skateboard in their hand, man.
Yep.
They
On
rejected
Christmas.
it. They just hold.
Right. And they rejected it and we accepted it. Hey, come.
Hey, because we got what the scripture said we'll have judgment to forgive sin. Hey, he could have been making amends to the Lord. So who knows? But hey, what the scripture said we become we become weak for those
To the weak I am.
for the day that come.
Go ahead, I'll go back to the bill.
All right, Bell and the Dragon, verse 15. Now in the night came the priests with their wives and children, as they were wont to do, and did eat and drink up all. In the morning betime the king rose, and Daniel with him. And the king said, Daniel, are the seals whole? And he said, yeah, O king, they be whole. Talking about like the door being locked. Okay, yeah. Verse 18, and as soon as he had opened the door, the king looked upon the table and cried with a loud voice, great art thou, O Bel, and with thee is no deceit at all. Then laughed Daniel and held the king that he should not go in, and said, behold now the pavement, and mark well those footsteps are these. Footsteps on the ground.
Yep.
Verse 20, and the king said, I see the footsteps of men.
Because before that, I just told you to go to that part. But before that, Daniel had put the
Ash.
Yeah, he put the what?
It was like ash and dust.
Yeah,
over
yeah, he
it.
put like the ash or something like that, so you could actually see the footprints of it. Fast footprints. Twinkle toes in that motherfucker. Go ahead.
Verse 20, and the king said, I see the footsteps of men, women, and children.
Yep.
And then the king was angry and took the priests with their wives and children, who shewed him the private doors where they came in, and consumed such things as were upon the table.
Them niggas had unlimited supply of unemployment.
Food shit.
Food shit. Them niggas was getting free food out there, motherfucker.
Yep.
Unlimited. Just imagine how long he been doing that though.
Yep.
It said that the priest of Baal, it said 3 score, right?
Yeah,
Go
so
to verse 10.
he's feeding him and his son.
It's a shitload of people, man.
It said 3 score.
Now the priests of Baal were 70,
7.
beside their wives and children.
So he been doing it for years. So he was 3 score and 10, so he was 70 years old. But how long was he, you know?
Yeah,
That nigga had food share, boy.
Family ate in the name of God.
Baal was feeding him. Yo, Jake, man, Vegas deliver, man.
Okay, verse 22. Therefore the king slew them and delivered Baal into Daniel's power, who destroyed him and his temple. And in that same place there was a great dragon, which they at Babylon worshipped. And the king said unto Daniel, Wilt thou also say that this is of brass? Lo, he liveth, he eateth and drinketh. Canst thou not say that he is no living God? Therefore worship him. Then said Daniel unto the king, I will worship the Lord Yahweh my power, for he is the living power.
That's it. And that's our same sentiment. You know, we're going to worship the Lord, our living power, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know? Go ahead. What it means by living, he's alive. The Lord is living. We know that through the book. We know that through the scriptures, man. All right? It says, by his spirit shall gather them. That means this thing is alive. The Lord is alive, man. You know? Somebody get there. He said, I'm not the God of the dead, God of the living. Go ahead.
Verse 26, but give me leave, O king, and I shall slay this dragon without sword or staff. The king said, I give thee leave. Then Daniel took pitch and fat and hair and did seethe them together and made lumps thereof. This he put in the dragon's mouth, and so the dragon burst in sunder. And Daniel said, Lo, these are the gods ye worship.
That's Psalms 115.
Is it some more than that?
Verse 28, then they of Babylon heard that. It's like when they of Babylon heard that, they took great indignation and conspired against the king, saying, the king has become a Jew. And he hath destroyed Baal. He hath slain the dragon and put the priests to death. So they came to the king and said, deliver us, Daniel, or else we will destroy thee and thine house.
Damn.
See that? All up of proving that their gods wasn't real, man. That's what we doing now.
They
proving that this nigga proving that this motherfucker ain't real. Jesus ain't real, man. You know? That goes back to the God of really goes back to Ptolemy.
Yeah.
He's really Ptolemy. Jesus Christ is really fucking Ptolemy, man.
Edom.
They called him Ptolemy Soter, which is Savior.
Yeah.
And he was worshipped as a god, man. It formed into Serapis. Okay?
Christus.
Serapis Christus.
Crusty.
That's around the time, see, even during the time of the apostles, even Paul warned that you're going to have certain factions break off.
Yeah.
Worship, some type of go with it.
Yep.
So this is Psalms 115, and Psalms 115 and 1. It says, "Not unto us, O Lord, not unto us, but unto thy name give glory for thy mercy and for thy truth's sake. Wherefore should the heathen say, Where is is now their God. It says, but our power is in the heavens.
That's right.
He hath done whatsoever he hath pleased. Their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands.
See, the working of men's hands. Meaning you have a smith, okay? And the Bible could I get that in the story of Ephesus concerning the dude who was his craft was building the idols. It's in Acts. I believe it's in Acts 18. If you wanna look it up.
Well, of course.
But read that point again.
It says, their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands.
That's the spirit. I was just guessing. Okay. But I keep going up there real quick.
Okay. It says they have mouths, but they speak not.
Yep.
Eyes have they, but they see not.
Yep.
They have ears, but they hear not.
Yeah,
No.
just a fucking stone, man. You know, it's just they get stone, they get gold or silver, and they do the craftsmanship work. That's in Apocrypha.
It's in Isaiah 40 something too, where it says they lavish gold out of a bag. And it, are you do you know which one I'm talking about? Y'all don't know that one? It says they lavish gold out of a bag. I could.
Yeah, you keep going.
It says they have ears, but they hear not. Noses have they, but they smell
Isaiah,
not. They have
Isaiah
hands,
46
but they
and 6.
handle not.
Isaiah
Feet
46
have
and
they,
6.
but they walk not. Neither speak they through their throat. They that make
they
right.
ain't even got a voice box.
It says they that make them are like unto them. So is every one that trusteth in them. O Israel, trust thou in the Lord. He is their help and their shield.
That's it. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. And that power is going to be known once again on earth, man. Okay? That order is going to be set on who to worship. Okay? How in the heavens they worship him, the angels worship Yahweh continually. Well, he's going to come. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done as in earth, as in heaven, so it will be on earth. You see, that order is going to come back on worshiping the true power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You see? And hell, even we gotta remember the heathens praise the Lord, man. Back, some of the heathens back in the ancient world praised the Lord, man, because they feared him. There was some heathens that actually feared the Most High. You know? Guess I'm gonna. Yeah, come. If you want to just get to the point where it's spoke about.
Not even a creature was stirring. Not even
Somebody want to get that Isaiah 46 that you're going to call for?
Isaiah 46 and 6. You got a lawyer? Okay.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 46 and verse 6. They lavish gold out of the bag and weigh silver in the balance and hire a goldsmith.
Yeah, keep on going.
And he maketh it a god.
Mm-hmm.
They fall down. Yeah, they worship.
And he said, he maketh it a god.
Mm-hmm.
See, so they just take gold, craft it, and they say that this is something you should worship.
Yep.
You know?
Ain't that what Aaron did in the wilderness?
Yep.
Yep.
He said, give me your earrings, your gold, your jewelry.
Yeah, that's because the niggas pressed them.
Yeah.
You know, they pressed on them to do it.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead and read it.
Verse 7. They bear him upon the shoulder, they carry him and set him in his place, and he standeth. From his place shall he not remove.
Yeah, so these it's the men that are moving this thing around, saying that it lives and everything, and then they get so deceived by it, like with the king and Daniel. He's like, put a seal on it. I'll prove to you that this dragon was real. I'll prove to you that Bel was real. ain't nobody gonna go in that door, and there's not no how, you know. And so, but Daniel was, hey man, the Lord was working with Daniel to let it be revealed, man. Same way with all these other guys, man. You know, there's always a crack in the area that was penetrated to let these doctrines fall, these guys be revealed that they're fake. You know, I remember a long time ago, man. You know, back when I was in Texas, and the brother, he made it. He said, "Man, y'all guys just take doo-doo out of a bag, and there you go, you got a God." You know, that's essentially what you do.
Yeah, one shall cry unto him, yet he cannot answer, nor save him out of his trouble.
Mm-hmm.
See? Hey, that's why the Lord gonna ask, go you stargazers.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, go seek to those guys. Somebody get that.
Isaiah
Go
47.
seek those guys, man. Because the real power of heaven is on its way, man.
That's right.
He ain't
Okay.
sleeping. He ain't journeying.
Yeah.
Like Elijah, you know.
Yep.
Go ahead. If you got it.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 12.
Yep.
Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
Yep. All the way from the beginning. See? You got witchcraft that worship other idols and deities for power and things like that. Go back to that. You know? Go ahead.
If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail.
Right.
Yeah, because there's these things coming up on the earth.
That's a direct, like, hey, all right, we're going to seek power versus power. You know? That's a bold statement. Look, hey, power versus power then. Your power versus the power of the Bible. You know? You versus me. That's what the Lord said. Go get your gods, and we going to meet. You know? Go ahead.
You ever heard of big bank take a little bank?
Yeah, big bank take little bank.
Verse 13. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators.
Yeah, because what they doing now, Esau doing now, he says they are wearied and they're weary. They sacrificing, they tired as hell. You know, they gotta sacrifice and do this witchcraft, do this and do that. You know?
Yep.
So they're weary. Because they're trying to conjure up some type of strength from these from the spirits, man. To fight against the Lord. Go ahead.
I wanted to weary. It says, be impatient, be grieved, be offended,
See?
to
Hey,
be
what
tired
did
of something.
Byron say? Joe Byron? He said, what did he say? He said, I'm getting impatient. Remember he made the address?
You get weary. You sacrifice, it's gonna require a little bit more. You know? Go ahead.
Isaiah 47 and 13, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsel. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up.
Hey, well that goes into worshiping the Yule tree. Alright, when you decorate those are the gods and as well as it said that it's to remember everyone who died within that year. So it goes into necromancy.
Yeah.
You know, worshiping the dead.
Yeah.
You see?
This guy.
Worshiping the dead. So when you put the ornaments on there, you put the gold and the trimmings and all that shit, it's a symbol of worshiping the dead, praising the dead. Okay?
Yeah, they believed that because the solstice, the sun was given the life, it was, warm life and everything. But this is how simple it was, though, too. Like how simple Esau was. Yeah, they believed that when the solstice came with the winter, that because it got cold, everything was dying, and so that's why they would do that, because it was all about life, the pagan shit, all that,
Go ahead.
Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
See? Hey, this tree ain't finna. This Christmas tree ain't gonna save you, man. The worship of these deities ain't gonna save you from the power of the Bible, man. You know, ain't nothing finna save you, people. All right. So you can pray to Allah, nigga. You can pray to Buddha. All right. You can pray to Imhotep. Hotep, Cyrus, fucking Seth. All right, Suket.
And he can't.
Hey, he Put all the niggas. The troops still finna come. The missiles still finna be shut off.
You know? Boom. And he can't.
Well, no, the scriptures say in Jeremiah, the 2nd and 3rd chapter, that as the number of thy cities are also the number of thy gods. You got a God for everything now. You go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the mummy.
He was crying. He was praying with the little thing in his head and shit. Ain't gonna stop you, man. That shit ain't gonna work, man. That goes Roman Catholic, but guess who else you think? Those Muslims. Come on, man. That shit goes back to the Catholic Church. False prophet. Go ahead.
The reason says, go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. Right. So go cry to the gods that you worship, man. All the gods with his name. He said, go cry to them. He said, that deliver you out this hell for to come upon this earth. Alright? Judges 10:14, it says, go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. Right, your tribulation, man. Your suffering periods, right? Your trials. Okay? Let them go, he said, let them deliver.
They taking on, said, the guys which you have chosen. Yeah. You know, so they had the option to choose the living father, but they chose the false God. Yep. So therefore, you know, the Lord is a jealous father, right? So He's gonna show His jealousy in His rage that He's gonna put on the nation of Israel.
Right. Like, they're gonna be saying His name. Y'all about you like, no, worship that little that 20-ounce pop.
Yeah, precept.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Psalm, chapter 97 and verse 7. Confounded be all they that serve graven images, that boast themselves of idols.
Right, look up that word, confounded.
Hey, because everybody's choosing their gods right now.
They're choosing their God. They're picking a side. You know? Oh, yeah, especially
We're going to H954 Boosh. It says to be put to shame, be ashamed, be disconcerted, be disappointed.
Yeah, they're gonna be disappointed.
Disappointed. Allah ain't gonna save you. You know, Allah goes back to the Kaaba. Kaaba is the JJ. When you go into the Kaaba, that's Hebrew, which means vagina, man.
Hey,
It's woman worship, man.
They throw seeds in the hole.
Yeah, and legs put their head in the hole.
Now, if you look on the side of the Kaaba, it's shaped like a vagina.
It's shaped like a vagina. It goes back to goddess worship, woman worship.
And them niggas throw the seeds, they throw the seeds.
Yeah, they throw the seed.
Get a blessing. Right. Throw a seed in the vagina, get a blessing.
So I guess your fifth pillar ain't gonna mount shit. That's your fifth pillar.
But see, just like Daniel laughed at about Baal, we laughing at y'all guys, man. You niggas worshiping the pussy. You gonna say it? You niggas worshiping the pussy. That's what the cobblestone is, man. You know? It's a silver crucifix. Go ahead. So
Like I said,
Oh, no, that's all.
this is Isaiah 44:9. It say, they that make a graven image are all of them vanity.
The red room is kind of cool, but it was
I was just about to tell Lamont to get that. I just threw on the Isaiah 40. Go ahead.
It's Isaiah 44:9. It say, they that make a graven image are all of them vanity.
Start from 8.
Isaiah 44:8. Fear ye not, neither be afraid. Have not I told thee from that time, and have declared it? Ye are even my witnesses. There is a God beside me?
Is there a power beside me? It's a question. Is there a God beside the God of the Bible? The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Go ahead.
He said, yea, there is no God. I know not any.
Yep.
Being sarcastic.
Hey, and I believe it's the Psalms. He said, I searched for him.
Yeah, they
He
searched.
said, I searched. Ain't nobody up here with me.
Hey, that let you know that the Lord's the ultimate check, man.
Yeah. He like, hey man, ain't no God with me, man.
Yeah,
I
because
searched
he
for
said
him.
he searched high and low, or something to the extent of that.
Yep.
He couldn't find none, not one. He said, they that make a great image are all of the vanities, and their delectable things shall not profit. And they that are own witnesses, they see not or know that they may be ashamed.
That's right.
Got to
Come
reach.
on now.
It says, who have formed a God or a motive, a graven image that is powerful.
That's what see.
Jeremiah 10.
Blood, sweat, and tears, man. You know? Blood, sweat, and tears of making them images, man. For nothing. That shit didn't bring you no prosperity. That was an illusion. You know? Go ahead.
It says, behold, all his fellows shall be ashamed.
Yep.
And the workmen there are of men. Let them all be gathered together. Let them stand up. Then they shall fear, and they shall be ashamed together.
Right?
So all y'all gonna be disappointed in that day. When that time comes, you gonna find out that these gods that y'all worshiping, man, it's not profitable in the last days, right? Yeah. I got something else.
I gotta preach that. This is Jeremiah chapter 10 and 6. It says, for as much as there is none like unto thee, O power, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. It says, who would not fear thee, O King of nations? For to thee doth they appertain. For as much as among all the wise men of the nations and in all their kingdoms there is none like unto thee, but they are altogether brutish and foolish. The stock is a doctrine of vanities. Talking about, you know, what they put with their gods and everything. It says, silver spread into places brought from Tarshish, and gold from Uphaz. The work of the workmen and of the hands of the founder. Blue and purple is their clothing. They are all the work of cunning men. And that's, again, skillfully
And
deceptive.
you know what it was too? It was they were making money. You know, because back
Yep.
in the time of Acts,
Yep.
you had that dude who was making hella money off of it. You know? And what they doing it today? He saw know that them guys ain't real, but they made hella money off of these fake deities.
Yep.
Especially around this time.
Especially around this time. They make money off of it.
Hey, you know what? I was watching a video.
I still got one.
Hey, I was watching a video on these Satanists, man. You know what I'm saying? They had like a pentagram, 5 star back, in the back, and they was telling people, man, like even they know that this, you know what I'm saying, Christmas fake. Yeah. They told
Oh yeah, I seen it like a couple days ago. Yeah, the Satanists.
Hold on.
They knew that they said that it was it goes back to the rituals.
yeah, if you still work, if you work Christmas in 2022,
This is verse 10. It says, but the Lord is the true power. He is the living power and an everlasting king.
right? The Lord got authority to bless, curse, and destroy your enemies. Yep. Be a living power. Go ahead, bro.
It says, at his wrath the earth shall tremble, and the nations shall not be able to abide his indignation.
See that? Hey, when the Lord comes back, hey, he gonna wreck shop. All right? And because you Israelites, y'all consented unto this devil, man. All right? When you get that idol, in your pricked in your skin, the MOTP, that's a form of worshiping another power. Okay? Which is you're gonna make Esau your god, the so-called white man. All right? So that's why the Lord is gonna rain fire on your ass. Man.
It says, thus shall ye say unto them, the gods that have not made the heavens and the earth, even they shall perish from the earth and from under these heavens.
Yep.
He hath made the earth by his power, he hath established the world by his wisdom, and hath stretched out the heavens by his discretion. When he uttereth his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, and he causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He maketh lightning with rain, and bringeth forth the winds out of his treasures. Every man is brutish in his knowledge. Every founder is confounded by the graven image. For his molten image is falsehood, and there is no breath in them. They are vanity and the work of errors. In the time of their visitation, they shall perish.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I got something. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13 and verse 1. Surely vain are all men by nature, who are ignorant of the Most High, and could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is. Neither by considering the works that they acknowledge the workmaster. And Yahweh Bashim Shai is the ultimate workmaster, the creator of all things. Verse 2, but deemed either fire or wind, or the swift air, or the circle of the stars, or the violent water, or the lights of heaven to be the gods which govern the world. With whose beauty, if they being delighted, took them to be gods. Let them know how much better the Lord of them is. For the first author of beauty hath created them.
Mm-hmm.
The things you worship has a creator.
Yep.
You know?
Even the Lord said in the beginning, man, he told Jake, man, I am the living power.
Exodus 20.
Right.
Look, go ahead.
This is Exodus 20.
But see, this is the reason why the Lord is finna bring hell on the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. You know, because y'all up in these all these different philosophies and religions, man. The pure religion, okay, is the fatherless and the widows, man.
Well, I was going to say, it's Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter. It goes into all this idolatry, and like we just read in Jeremiah, how it was the work of vanity and heirs. Basically, these people are incredibly off. That's what manifested it. That when they went to these other gods, it showed that they were already off from the beginning. But it talks about living in the great war of ignorance. So that's what it became.
Yep. And disappointed.
Yep.
And they become disappointed.
Well, that goes into spiritual fornication.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does.
See, that's spiritual fornication. So you stepping out on the Lord. You see, we are his woman, and you're stepping out on Yahweh Bashim Shai.
Yep.
Yeah, basically committed adultery on it. This is spiritual fornication. Okay. Go ahead. You got Exodus.
Okay, Exodus 20 and 1. It says, "And the Most High Yahweh spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord, Yahweh thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me."
First law. Thou shalt have no other power before me. You see? Go ahead. And this is somebody else like the hold on deck. Esther. Go to Esther. Esther 3 in Apocrypha. Because this is a continuation. This is one of the reasons why Haman the Agagite was offended. Okay, was offended at Mordecai because he wouldn't bow down to the king. Okay, and in that letter that was sent to the 127 provinces, within that letter he said because their laws is contrary to our laws. You see, this is the reason why we're going to get kicked out of Rome again, because we're worshiping the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Yahweh Bashim Shai. And we're doing the same thing that the Israelites did back in the ancient world, is proving that them gods didn't exist. So no, we're not going to follow these gods. We're not going to worship no fucking Christmas. The tree of Yule, okay? Which is the winter solstice. Which this is a heavy demonic vibrational time right now. You see?
I got Esther 3.
Yeah, what?
Esther 3.
That's the 3. Okay, finish up on that one.
This is this back in Exodus 20 and 4. You say, "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image of any likeness or anything that is in heaven above."
The stars, the moon, the sun. See? Even the eclipses. You know? When the eclipse comes, we know it's the sign of the time. But you actually have people that study it, you know, day to day to worship and can't wait for it to happen. You know, you got people who worship the solar eclipse.
Yep. That's why they be out there.
Well, that's what the Northern Kingdom was doing. You see, the Northern Kingdom was doing that, man. It showed you that in Apocalypto. Right? If I'm not mistaken, when they when the eclipse would come, they do the sacrifices down on the pyramid. You know? Go ahead.
It says, or that is in earth beneath, or that it is in
the fish god, Dagon, which the Roman Catholic Church, they put that on their head.
Yep.
The Pope. Okay? See, everything about Christianity, okay, is idolatry, man. Goes back to the Roman Catholic Church, man. Everything is to gear your minds to not believe in Yahweh Shem Yahshai. That's the violation of Revelation 22, where it says don't add
or take away.
You see, they add into the scriptures. They adding Christmas. They're adding Easter, which goes back to paganistic customs of worshiping other deities. So the Black Christian Church, the Plantation Christian Church, is in a lot of fucking danger, violation to the Heavenly Father, man.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of you fucking Christians is about to go. You holding on Jesus and you holding on to these holidays, man. Y'all niggas finna go.
That's right.
That's why in all these holidays, there's always some nigga being put to death, some house burning up,
Yep.
tree catching on fire.
Yep. Happened last week.
You see?
Right down the street.
Go ahead.
It's back in Exodus 24. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness or of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath,
Right.
or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them,
Yep.
nor serve them, for I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Shai, thy power, and the jealous power.
He's
Visiting.
jealous. See? He said he's jealous. Where's that about basically I believe it's in the Psalms where it speaks about how a man is jealous over a woman.
Proverbs.
He'd be enraged or
Pro-
something
Proverbs
like that.
8, I
Proverbs.
think.
Proverbs, man is enraged.
The jealousy is a rage of a man.
Jealousy is a rage of a man.
Yep.
And what the
Jealousy
Lord
is a rage of a man. So how now think about you knowing that your woman getting popped by somebody else, man, and having a baby by that motherfucker too. What type of rage is in you? So how much more the Heavenly Father who created you?
Yep.
You know. So his rage is unimaginable.
Yep.
His rage, the Lord got so much rage on you committing fornication or adultery on him that he's gonna let fire rain, man.
Hey, this will come to.
He said, I'm finna burn y'all people, I'm finna burn you up. Ezekiel said that he's gonna melt you. That's jealousy.
Yeah.
That's the top tier jealous.
David said it too. David said it. Yeah.
He said, I'm gonna melt you.
When you go to the word jealous, it means intolerant to unfaithfulness. The Lord don't tolerate you. You know.
Yeah. Then you got a guy in the world, right? Well, you jealous. You know when a woman do this or do that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you jealous over another man? Why you bitch? Duh, you stupid fuck.
Because a woman is supposed to be only a spouse to one man her whole life.
Dumbass.
They pushed in that song called Magna Carta with what's his name?
A man can't get jealous, but if we have another woman, you bitches all butt hurt. If we get another woman, you butt hurt like a motherfucker. We look, we click, you see that we like the bitch page. No. Yo, ass just can't take it no more. I can't take this. Silence.
Done too much.
It should be out on the curb.
Right. Nigga should be on the curb.
Oh shit.
Burnt this shit, pour bleach.
Shoes, put bleach on his shoes and shit.
Over fucking bitch.
You know what I'm saying? Over him having another woman. But here it is, we can't get jealous or mad that you half-ass naked walking in a goddamn club or in a fucking bar and some shit.
Public
Oh,
in
this
general.
is my friend. Why you jealous? But let me go say hi to my old friend. That's why a lot of judgments coming up goddamn room, man. That's why the men that's in prison, they get let out. They gonna come see you.
Home confinement.
They gonna come see you.
They've been holding that in for a minute.
Yep, go ahead.
That off.
This back in Exodus 20.
What didn't the Lord say, man? He goes, long time have I holding my peace. I am weary withholding it. So,
Yep.
even the Lord been holding it in for a minute.
Yep.
And like you said, man, I can't remember the scripture, but there's a scripture that talks about the Lord's anger compared to a man's anger. The Lord created all this, and he has a power to do whatever the hell he wants. So he's got an insurmountable amount of rage.
And he's gonna finally take it out.
Yeah.
Like Exodus 25 said, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord, how much shall shine thy power, and the jealous power, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. So the Lord is visiting as we speak.
Yeah, that's why he said he will require the past.
Yeah.
Because he's not forgetting the smallest thing that you've done in your last lifetime. That's how, you know.
So that means the Lord will get you. Because what you did in your past,
She's
you know what
drunk.
I'm saying?
She's
He'll
drunk.
get you in this lifetime. You did something ancient work. You did something BC. Don't forget that. You know, he'll judge you on this side.
She's drunk as hell, man.
Here we go. This is Go ahead.
It says, and shewing mercy unto thousands of them that love me, and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy power in vain.
Don't you do it.
All right?
Don't
So
do it.
don't reject the Lord, man.
That's right.
All right? Don't put Yahweh
Don't you do it.
Because he's gonna put you to the side, man. You know when that hell comes, man. For the Lord will not hold him guiltless and take his name in vain.
That's right.
Right.
So yeah, man. Hey, this is the time to worship Yahweh Shema Shah, man.
Somebody get Acts 19 and 23.
I got that
Get y'all precepts first. So
Esther that you
Yeah. Get that for the
Start.
Bible shop. Let it go.
This Esther 3:1.
You want?
Now keep going.
Okay.
It says Esther 3:1. It says after these things did King Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hamet, the Agagite, and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him, and all the king's servants that were in the king's gates bowed in reverence Haman, for the king had so commanded concerning him, but Mordecai bowed not, nor did he.
You're not gonna talk.
Oh, you want the?
Get the letter, because that goes into Numbers chapter 3.
Yeah.
You would probably have to get your scriptures.
Oh, because it.
Yeah.
God, it's difficult.
This letter was inserted.
It's difficult to find on
got it up?
Google.
What chapter?
In chapter 3, and it's gonna tell you it inserts at like 14, verse 14. Here you go, right here. Go to page 56. Yeah, chapter 13. And it says, placed in the Greek after chapter 3, verse 13 of the Hebrew. This proves that the Apocrypha goes inside the Bible, man.
It goes hand in hand.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand. These are certain manuscripts that was ripped out and took out and put into the Apocrypha.
Yep.
Okay? So where you at? You got it? Chapter 13, and then just jump to verse 4.
This is Esther, chapter 13, verse 4. You said verse 4?
Yes, declare unto the nations.
Okay, verse 4. Declare it unto us that in all nations throughout the world there was scattered a certain malicious people that have laws contrary to all nations.
See, we had laws contrary to all nations. You know, we're supposed to worship the power of heaven. We're not supposed to eat swine's flesh. We're not supposed to. We're supposed to sacrifice ourselves. We're supposed to sacrifice the foreskins of our flesh. You know, we ain't supposed to commit adultery. We're not supposed to be having orgies. You know, we ain't supposed to not shave. You're supposed to keep a beard on your face.
Not lying your head.
Yeah, so our laws is contrary to the nation's laws. You know? A goat can eat 1,000,000 goddamn crab legs and never get sick.
A mukbang. A mukbang.
100. You know? But once we start eating crabs and lobster and things like that, then our bodies get effed up.
Yep.
And my father was telling my grandmother for years to stop eating pork, right? Until one day she got sick as hell a couple of years ago, all right? And the doctor said, yeah, you're gonna have to cut pork from your diet. Here it is, this man been telling you for the last 2 decades to stop doing that shit. And now you go to the doctor, now the doctor, oh yeah, it's like I gotta stop eating pork.
So you gotta wait till the doctor to tell you.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says,
Hey man, other nations capitalized, man, by putting Moab around in our neighborhoods and shit, putting them Africans in our neighborhoods, and they selling us, the abominable foods and stuff. You know, licking the sword. That's what I was thinking about. Licking the swords, man. You know, so y'all can get fucked up for doing that shit too. You know, because y'all put y'all put these things in our faces too. You know. Go ahead, you got it.
for declared unto us that in all nations throughout the world there was scattered a certain malicious people,
Right.
that had laws contrary to all nations, and continually despised the commandments of kings.
So he continuously despised the commandments of kings, man. We ain't about to go with what Pharaoh say, man. Now we ain't gonna be rebellious, Romans 13, to certain things, you know. But yeah, the common laws and stuff, you know, some of the laws of the land. But the law of the land don't tell me I gotta worship on fucking Christmas, you know.
According to the Constitution, you got
Freedom.
to worship, your own religious source.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So as the uniting of our
But
kingdom,
see on how wicked that is, that goes back to the Constitution goes back to the Magna Carta, right?
Yep.
And that goes,
The Great Charter.
yeah. But really, America was established off of Christian principles,
The
the
Great Charter
Bible.
go back to the scriptures too.
You know,
Well, no,
it shows on how this devil is. It says they cast his words behind him. Because if you went to that, that's a Satanism, man.
Yeah, because
That goes back to Satanism.
Magna Carta, it actually goes back to the philosophies of what's his name? Not Plato.
Aristotle.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah,
Aristotle.
Aristotle.
They got all the philosophies.
Yeah, different philosophies and stuff. Yeah. But then they say that this is a God-fearing Christian. You know, the scripture says that they cast the words behind them. You know. Go ahead.
and continually despised the commandments of kings, so as the uniting of our kingdoms, honorably intended by us, cannot go forward.
Yeah. So if the Israelites are still here, you know, if the Israelites are still living, if they still here, our kingdom ain't gonna prosper. Because you're gonna have them prophets out there, and then you're gonna have those believers out there basically condemning our gods. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 5, seeing then we understand that this people alone is continually in opposition unto all men, differing in the strange manner of their laws, and evil affected to our state.
See, evil affected to our state. So by us, the prophets being up here, condemning these deities, these different idols and gods, especially this Christianity, man. Especially Christianity. You know? Oh, they want us out the way. That's what Rome was about, man. You got it.
Working all the mischief they can, that our kingdom may not be firmly established.
He said they over here working mischief. They said we wicked. We doing mischievous things, man. Because we were set up to worship Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. You know? This damn devil, man. Go ahead.
Verse 6, therefore have we commanded that all they that are signified in writing unto you by Ammon, who is ordained over the affairs, and is next unto us, shall all, with their wives and children, be utterly destroyed by the sword of their enemies, without all mercy and pity,
Yep.
The 14th day of the 12th month Adar of this present year.
Yep. So they set it up. Hey, we're gonna strike their ass here. Imagine 127 provinces. Those are states, okay? You see how America got what, 52 states? So imagine 127 states of Israelites in these areas, and they sent out the letter.
Wait.
All right, we finna kill all of their ass. That's what they finna do. That's what they're gonna try to do.
You said 50, 52 states?
I don't know. How many states?
It's 50.
50?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's 52.
It's
What?
52?
It's 52.
Since when?
Because they added
Hawaii and
yeah.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Hawaii,
Okay,
Puerto
okay,
Rico.
okay.
Yeah, I was right. See, stick to my guns, goddamn. 52 states. So
Right there.
yeah, kind of. Yep. But yeah, like I was saying, imagine 127 states where the Israelites is at, and this is a letter to go destroy them because they're not following after the gods. You know, and they're not following after the gods of their the heathenistic gods. You know. See, that's why now today they had to find a way on how they can get us to worship their gods, man. So they can continuously have that spirit on us that the Lord will come and help us and defend us. You see, that's in Judah, the 5th chapter. It's always them nations having a tumult, like as in Psalms, the 83rd chapter. All right, coming together, making a conspiracy up against us, man. Figuring out how they can get the Israelites out of there. You know, we can't just destroy them all off quick. So we're gonna get their power to reject them by putting up our gods so they can worship them. By putting everything in their sight, a form of worshiping another power, man. And you niggas, y'all don't fucking see that.
And the scriptures talk about the accuser of my brethren.
Boom.
You know?
The accuser of our brethren, man. You know? Go ahead, I'll hit some more on that. I believe so.
Yeah, it's one more precept.
Okay.
Verse 7, that they who of old and now also are malicious, that in Slakia may in one day with violence go into the grave, and so ever hereafter cause our affairs to be well settled and without trouble.
Hey, now Jake got delivered from that. Okay? Jake was delivered from that. But now that same vibration of Haman the Agagite, whoever he may be today, is going to push out that vibration again. It's going to come in the form of Jacob's trouble. Because they got to get the Israelites up out of here. You know, beginning with the men of the Lord. You got it out, whatever you got.
It's Esther 3:1. It says, after these things, the king Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hamadiah, the Agagite,
And the Agagites is the little hat people. Okay, the Agagites is the 1948ers. Those ish people, the rats. You know? Go ahead.
It says, and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him. All the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed in reference to heaven. For the king had so commanded concerning him, but Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reference.
Yep.
So Mordecai, he's like, hell.
Yep.
It says, then the king's servant which were in the king's gate said unto Mordecai, why transgressest thou king's command?
Yeah, why won't you get the Erkinger? Why won't you get the serpent's piss? You know? That's transgressing the king's commandment. Pharaoh's commandment. Pharaoh today is Joe Byron. Go ahead.
It says, and it came to pass when they spake daily unto him, hearken not unto them, they that told Haman to see whether Mordecai's matters would stay. For he had told them that he was a Jew. And when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reference, then it was Haman was full of wrath.
That's exactly what
Esau gonna be mad as hell.
yeah. Oh, y'all ain't gonna bow? Y'all ain't gonna bow? Y'all ain't gonna serve me? See, that's the mindset of the devil, that he thinks he's a God. Get 2 Thessalonians 2 and we're gonna close out on that. Get like 2 or 4.
Yeah, when you end up taking that chip, man, that's you acknowledging that you are owned by him, that you
Yep.
belong to him, and that he controls you.
Yep.
Watch the goddamn movie Matrix.
Yeah.
He tells you the sheeple. He says it. He actually.
They serving any of these housing? They for sure.
He says the sheeple ain't going nowhere. I'm keeping them. He says it in the Matrix. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, read those down.
They have no faith, man. They squeeze. That's when they really you gonna start to see, man, who's really down and who's
Yeah,
not.
those that serve him, those that serve him not.
Yep.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed.
Yeah, so let no man deceive you by any means, unless they come and fall away first. So Paul knew what was going to happen during 70 AD. That 70 AD was going to happen, you know, and then we were going to have to come back. He already knew, you know. So when we came in 70 AD, right? But now we can just use that for now when we went into slavery, okay? Just to speed it up a little bit to this time period, when we got out of slavery, that's when we were deceived again, you know? We was brought into Christianity, you know? We was brought into these different philosophies of different gods, you know? That's why Deuteronomy 28 speaks about how you should worship the gods neither your fathers never knew, wood and stone. Go ahead.
And that man of sin be revealed.
Yep, and the man of sin had to be revealed, which is the so-called white man, Cain. The Lord told Cain that sin lieth at your door. So that man of sin is Cain, who is the so-called white man, which is Esau, Edom. Go ahead.
The son of perdition.
The son of destruction. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High.
See, he exalted it. He did it himself. You know, the scriptures say how you exalt another man. You know, this nigga, he exalted himself up.
Himself.
Yep. Set themselves up, but not by me.
Yep.
Self-proclaimed.
Yep. Go ahead.
Or that is worship, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, shewing himself that he is the Most High.
See, he's showing himself that I am God. You know, that's a proud ass race, man. That's a proud ass race right there. To say that I'm God. You know?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you,
That's the worst idle word that you say out your fucking mouth. Yeah. Yeah. You got them, or you got them all. Like you told the Lord, these my people. What did King David do? It said King David numbered Israel. But why did King David number Israel? It says Satan put the spirit on him to do that. So just like now today, these devils is powered by the spiritual demon Satan. That's how they're going to try to number Israel all over again with the mark, with the karate. You know, that's what Esau is doing right now, trying to number Israel to destroy him.
What they don't have, what they forget is that we belong to them.
That's it.
You know? So how you gonna number someone ain't true?
Right.
You know, that's just like having full control, whatever you want to do at your discretion.
Yeah, the scripture says, touch not mine anointing. The Israelites is the Lord's anointing. So, hey, Esau, man, you in trouble, man. You in trouble. Your daddy about to get your ass. You know when you telling on your little brother or your sister or something? Ooh.
Mama coming.
You about to get
Wait till daddy come on.
You know daddy. Tell your ass.
That's what's about to happen, man.
And then on top of that,
That's Esau.
Yeah.
That's Esau. And that's Esau. I don't care.
and then letting you know what's gonna happen. Now we let your ass know what's
We
gonna
let you know, daddy finna come beat your ass, man.
No, Daddy, no! Mr. Deeds.
Go ahead.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 5. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time.
And this is the time.
Verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
Go ahead.
Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way.
The Lord gave you the power. The Lord gave you the authority. The Lord gave you
proposition, nigga.
He said that, yeah, Job 9:24, the earth shall be given into the hand of the wicked. The
Given.
Lord gave it to you.
Yep.
He said, yeah, you ain't just come and grab it and take it. These niggas was in the mountains.
Lord gave you this, you took it. He said, I'm God now.
You know?
Well, that shows you why a wicked nation can't, have any type of power.
Yeah.
They don't know what the hell to do with it.
They get besides themselves.
Hey, where
You know what? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, Salaki, but hey, where do you think the Israelite women get that type of mindset from? Man? They got a little power, more power than they ever had, right?
They get besides
And
themselves.
look what the hell they do. With pride.
They get besides themselves. Like this devil, man, you doing too fucking much, man. Esau, you doing too fucking much, man. Like, you really getting beside yourself. With what you trying to get done. You getting beside yourself, man.
And this goes into the
It's
whole.
our God-given
slide.
right to go to the store or whatever it may be to go eat. It's our God-given right to have crops in our backyard. But you said no. I want the crops. I want everything. And you got to get this to get that. Come on, man. You losing your fucking mind. Go ahead.
That's why the Lord called him a base man. He think like a beast.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, but 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Standing down here right now.
Right.
Consume the spirit of his mouth. That's prophets.
Yep. That's why in Revelation it says great fear fell upon them. Because they seen the prophets. They seen them stand up now. Go ahead.
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Fire.
I can see him missing
Fire. Missing fire. Missing fire. I see you missing fire. Raining down on you. I said.
That was that shit.
Yeah, man. So Yahweh Shai and the Holy Angels gonna come and destroy this place, man.
And also the chair's gonna be on put too.
Yeah, man. This ain't gonna go on in the kingdom of heaven, man. Idolatry. Christmas ain't gonna be in the kingdom, man.
That's right.
Okay? Easter ain't gonna be in the kingdom. All right? Valentine's Day ain't gonna be in the kingdom. All right? Thanksgiving ain't gonna be in the kingdom, man.
You said Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving. None of that gonna be in the kingdom. We're gonna be worshiping the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob through our high holy days, man.
That's right.
And then, and don't forget, Hebrews 8:8 tells you he's gonna put in our inward part.
Yeah, so we ain't gonna go off. Ain't no nation gonna be able to persuade us to serve another God, man.
Yep.
And Esau gonna try.
You know?
I guarantee he's still gonna try.
Esau ain't gonna repent, but we gonna fuck his ass up.
That's right.
We ain't gonna let off that nigga.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody ain't
We ain't letting off Esau.
As a matter of fact, he ain't gonna utter no type of idol on us either.
Bro, ain't nobody gonna be able to save you from us.
Right.
That's the scary part.
That's right.
Right. He ain't, see, goddamn simple Christians, and you guys think y'all know the Bible, okay? In Revelation where it says Satan shall be loose after 1,000 years. That ain't him being loose.
Yeah.
That ain't him being loose in the kingdom, man. Like, he finna go back and rule again. They ain't talking about that.
Damn, that
You got people who saying that, man.
Oh man, we in that time though, man, where people just making up shit.
They're just making up shit.
Affliction shall not rise a second time.
Boom.
the apostle said.
Woo! See? Affliction shall not rise the second time.
Hey, yeah, that's
Go ahead.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan.
Yep, just like how Satan, tried to get up on King David to number the children of Israel. Esau is powered. Esau has a Energizer Bunny battery in his back. Satan is that Energizer Bunny. He's powered up by Satan, man. Whose working is coming after the workings of Satan. Go ahead.
With all power
Uh-huh.
and signs
Yep.
and lying wonders.
Yeah, and you got the left-hand side, the left-hand side dealing with certain things. Lying wonders, though. These are lying wonders.
Lies.
Part of that lying wonder is that, we're going to live forever. They're trying to figure out how to live forever. Through pseudoscience. That's why the scripture says science falsely so called.
They're gonna defeat Yahweh Shai and the angels.
Yeah. With that charagma, the charagma can make you a paraplegic man so-called walk again. You know, a blind man can be able to see through his mind on a computer. See, the Lord didn't need no chip back in the ancient world when he was raising up the dead, when he was healing the sick.
Yep.
He didn't need no fucking device to insert into them back in the ancient world.
He used
He
dirt.
had the power, man. A centurion believed that I believe his daughter, I believe it was a daughter or son. You can go back to the story, and he said, "I'm not worthy for you to step in my house." He had the faith for the Lord to heal his daughter or son, you know, from far.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the power we're dealing with. We don't need no goddamn charagma for us to, you know, to walk.
He used dirt and
To
spit.
see. You know, for dementia. You know, our minds we gonna be able to use 100% of our brains. We ain't gonna forget. We're gonna be forgetting when we parked our chariot. Where's the keys to the chariot? We ain't gonna.
Where's my chariot?
Shit, dude, where's my chariot?
Fuck out of here, man. Hey, we finna be on a whole other level soon. Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved.
See, y'all gonna get bamboozled by the serpent.
You've been speckled-dwarfed.
You know, y'all get bamboozled, man. Hoodwink. Y'all, the devil hoodwinking you niggas, man.
Duped.
Damn.
Duped.
Yeah, duped. Get some more on that?
Talking about the strong delusion.
Yeah, that's perfect. Go ahead.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 11. And for this cause the Most High shall send them a strong delusion, that they should believe a lie.
See, that they should believe a lie. See, then now the Lord is taking out these undesirables. Because he's going to use Esau to deceive you people like he did with this, with the tree of Beulah. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 12. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth.
See? And all those will be damned. You know? Who don't believe in the truth of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that we are the Israelites. Okay? That the Lord is coming back to destroy this place, man.
So trying his best. He's trying his best now for you all not to get this.
Hey, what the truth says about God's be hidden to them that are lost. Why? Because of the power of this world. See? The Lord gave him the, you know, y'all 2/3 is gonna be deceived by the God of this world. And that's gonna be to your destruction. And here it is, you know, the prophets, the men of the Lord is telling you, but well, let Egypt be your shame.
Take counsel for the
You know? Is that it on that?
This is one more. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness.
And this is, and in this day right now, this Saturnalia's day, is they having pleasure in unrighteousness. Because they even if it is a low vibration, it's still Jake still worshiping. It's still Jake. They got their Christmas trees up and got them gifts and worked 2 fucking jobs for 3 months to get Tay a Christmas present.
Hey, they forcing it.
Yeah, and now, because it's so that the mirth is ceasing. Now they're forcing wickedness. You see, they forcing to do these things, man.
Everybody gonna steal my Christmas.
Yep.
Well, it says in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, that they weary themselves for very vanity.
Yep.
Is it not of the Lord of hosts that they shall labor in the very fire for very vanity? And then the scriptures tell you in Luke that these are they that justify themselves, and that because that anything that is highly esteemed among men is an abomination to the Lord.
Yep.
So.
Colossians 2 warns us about the philosophies, the traditions of men.
Yep.
So, hey, with that, Lord willing, this edifies and hopeful elect. Like to give our glory and honor and praises.
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Kakodash.
Apostle,
Hey, double honestly, to Apostle Great Millstone, peace, salutations, hope for elect. Do what the troops of city, man. You know, it's out of here, man. Bob.
Ball.